There are a lot of racing games out there today, covering practically any genre of racing you can think of, from arcade races like Need for Speed, realistic racing simulators such as Assetto Corsa, simcade games like Forza Horizon or Forza Motorsport, kart races like Mario Kart, and futuristic races like the Wipeout series. But out of all the many racing games I've played, the one franchise that has always delivered was Trackmania, a game I would call a blend of arcade and futuristic races, with the main goal of trying to set the fastest possible time on each track. Players are also able to construct and share their own tracks alongside those made by the developer Nadeo, giving players limitless amounts of tracks to race on. Spanning across almost 2 decades, the franchise has retained this core formula in each title, with various different environments explored throughout the years. For today though, we'll be looking at the most recent game and diving into all the different pieces of the puzzle to find out what makes Trackmania so good. Starting off with the core of the game, how does it play? Trackmania has an amazingly simple control scheme, only requiring the 4 arrow keys on your keyboard to play, controlling acceleration, braking and steering. The simplicity of the controls makes the game very easy for anyone to jump into. Where the skill comes into the game is learning how to use these inputs to their absolute maximum potential. And when the game has been around for almost 2 decades, it's safe to say players have things pretty well figured out. In order to achieve the top times on the leaderboards, players not only need to have an ideal racing line to optimize the track, they need to develop a route that takes advantage of multiple tricks and techniques that are vital to the high skill ceiling of the game. These tricks can range from relatively easy, only needing basic inputs to achieve, to near impossible, needing days of practice to achieve once. With some of these tricks including air braking, counter steering, drifting, neo sliding, speed drifting, water boosting, wall banging, bug sliding, nose boosting, you get the point. There's a lot more to setting a fast time than just taking a racing line. And the skill ceiling of Trackmania stretches as high as it does because of the existence of all these ways to squeeze just that little bit of extra time out of a track. As such, players can easily go through hundreds, even thousands of attempts before achieving the perfect route for a track. That potential is what keeps players interested from when they first start to when they hit that 1,000-hour milestone and beyond. But to be a top player, you don't just need a good grip of how to drive the car to the absolute limit. You also need a solid understanding of the game's many tracks and the fundamental mechanics behind them. Trackmania comes with seasonal campaigns of 25 tracks, each labelled with a colour. White tracks are easiest for new players, whilst black tracks are often the most difficult of the campaign. Each campaign uses the multiple track surfaces in the game, including road, dirt, grass, ice, plastic and water. These various surfaces can be used individually or mixed together in tracks to create unique, challenging combinations that put a player to the test, with each surface testing different skills. Road-based tracks can be fast-flowing runs, seeing players reach speeds well above 500 km per hour, or tight technical tracks that test a player's precision, often requiring a solid understanding of drifting to achieve a good time. Dirt and grass tracks push a player's ability to maintain the car's momentum, with lower grip and reduced acceleration punishing sharp course adjustments. This makes precise control a requirement if you want to be fast. Tracks with plastic surfaces can drive like a mix of road and dirt, needing gentle steering to maintain high speed as it's easy to trigger oversteer. This is also the best surface for bounces and wallbangs, enabling some very unique sections of track. Ice was a whole new ballgame for the franchise when it debuted with the most recent game, being an extremely slippery surface that achieves the best acceleration and control when sideways, creating a difficult but satisfying surface to drive on. In an alternate form, Ice also features bobsleigh blocks, which focus on a precise lineup on entry to a corner to maximize speed through it. With the many different surfaces and block types available, there are seemingly infinite combinations possible for developing a track, and thanks to the robust tools built into the game, customization is a pivotal part of Trackmania. Trackmania comes packaged with all the necessary tools to create a wide variety of custom content, namely 3 editors: the track editor, skin editor, and replay editor, with each editor serving different needs. The track editor is arguably the most accessible and easiest to learn, enabling players to create their own tracks using a grid of the many different blocks available. The community over the years of the franchise have created many various track types, ranging from the more popular types such as tech, tracks that often require precise car control to maximize speed throughout a run, and full speed. High-speed tracks where an optimal racing line and tricks like speed drifting are needed to set a world record time. These tracks are often easy to complete but hard to optimize. Other track types can include RPGs, puzzle-like tracks that are generally much longer, requiring players to discover the route through the map to complete it. RPGs can be a lot slower than others, but extremely difficult to complete. These are only 3 main track types though, with many more different types created alongside smaller subcategories to let players find exactly the types of tracks they enjoy the most. And all of that was just one of the 3 editors in the game. The skin editor allows players to create their own custom car skins with some truly unique combinations possible, enabling not only for different paint jobs of whatever kind you can imagine, but also the addition of emissive lights, and even allowing these lights to react to the actions of the player, such as braking. The skin editor provides immense creative freedom. The final of the 3 editors is the replay editor, an incredibly powerful tool that enables players to create their own edited replays, which can be used as intros for tracks, stunt cameras, and even more unique creations such as this track driven from an isometric perspective. And even the footage you've been watching in this video has been made in the replay editor. These 3 editors are the core pieces that provide the Trackmania community with a seemingly limitless amount of content to play, customize, and film with. This constant stream of content has supported the growth of the strong community that follows the franchise today. The community of Trackmania takes the 3 previous elements to form the key reason as to what makes this game so good: the community itself and the competitive challenge that they bring to each and every player. The community surrounding Trackmania is one of the strongest and most friendly across all games, continuously creating content for each game in the franchise and developing a small but certainly growing competitive scene. Events run by the community also run frequently, showcasing many different ways of playing the game and opening avenues for players to experiment with what they enjoy. Most, if not all, of the game's best players, alongside map, skin, and video creators, are more than happy to share tutorials and tips on improving and developing your skills in the many facets of the game. This willingness to share is what forms the strong community, as it fosters new players into long-time veterans. And the competitive nature of the time attack format the game is based on also creates a constant sense of skill progression, with instant feedback on results providing a constant loop in regard to where a player can improve. This constantly evolving competition for the best times on the game's main campaign tracks and thousands of community created tracks means any player with the right skills and determination can be the one to set a new worldwide benchmark on a track. That possibility is what keeps people continuously coming back to play the game. Speaking from my own experience, starting my live stream playing Trackmania, I've had many different players from many different playstyles come into the stream, happy to give tips on improving in certain areas, and just to talk about the game itself, helping me to improve and get more involved with the community. The fan base of Trackmania really loves the game, and the friendliness of the community supports healthy competition throughout the game as a whole. The community and competition surrounding Trackmania is the key factor above all else as to what makes this game so good. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, consider subscribing if you want to see more. And if you want to come and hang out, come check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/AsianTV. Drop a follow, I'll be streaming 3 days a week. And if you can't make it there, then I hope to see you all in the next video. Have a great day.